Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Please check it. Please check it, guys. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Please confirm to me, guys. Those are attending in online. Please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Please check it, guys. One minute, guys. Let me check this. Good evening to all. Wait a minute of time, guys. Start our session. One minute of time. Right, guys. Once again, check it. All of you are getting my voice on screen now. Right, guys. Once again, check it. So, okay, fine. Now, what we completed, guys, in the last session is good evening to all. Good evening to all. In the last sessions, just we completed like which one, what exactly the meaning of like which one, objects, how many types of objects are available, like which one, mutable objects and immutable objects that we understood. Then after that, and we discussed about like what is an object and what is an instance. This content also we completed there in the last session. Right, sir. These topics we completed in the last sessions. Right. That's okay, fine. Now, so what next one here? We have to understand this after completion of this. Today we are going to see a new topic that will be like which one? Constructors. The topic would be like which one can know constructors that we have to understand now today. Let's observe this content here. What exactly the meaning of constructors now? Fine, sir. Today's topic would be like which one? Constructors. Right. Guys, please observe this clearly. I'm going to give clarity on these constructors. Just I'm going to talk like which one? Nearly. Right, sir. Variables. Variables and identifiers that anyway then that variables are also be covered. Wait for a minute of it. We are able to understand that each and every one. Variables part, yeah, I will discuss with you. Not to worry for that. Right, sir. Now all of you observe this clearly. If you are thinking about variables part, nothing is going to be available in these variables. They are normal concepts only. Anyway, guys, now tell me before this variables part, what is a variable now? Tell me. Object orientation, I discussed about one point. What is that point here I discussed there in the object orientation now? So entities are represented in the form of classes and entities data is represented in the form of which one? No? Variables. And entities behaviors are represented in the form of which one? Methods. These points can be understood. Okay, good. In Java, how many types of variables are available? In Java, how many types of variables are existed, guys? After this clearly. So in Java, mainly two types of variables are available. Right, sir. What are the two types of variables in Java? First one is like which one? Local variables. And the second one is like which one? Class level variables. Again, these class level variables are having two types. No, one is like which one? Static variables, and the second one is like which one? Instance variables. They are the two types of variables. One is like which one? Static variables, and other one is like which one? Instance variables. This is totally variables part. Global variables concept is not available in Java. The word global is not existed inside the Java. Please recognize this. The word global is not existed inside the Java. Good. Then what about this local variable? If you observe this local variable part now, if you observe this local variable part, 1 minute, sir. Let me open our IDE also there. D drive and Java 6. We'll go for softwares and enclaves. What is this local variable? If you observe this local variable part now, local variable part, if you observe this local variable part, it will be declared, it will be declared inside the methods maybe, constructors maybe, right? What next one here now, and blocks maybe, and so on. Right, sir. Next one is its scope is up to the enclosed method. That means in which method we declared it now. Its scope is up to like which one? Enclosed method. It is not available. It is not existed. It is not available to outside of the respective method. That's it. This is nothing but which one? Local variable. After this clear. Then what about the second one here? Class level variable. Right. So example point of view, if you observe this now, simple program. I'm able to show to you. Try to understand it. That's it. For example, I will take like which one here? Class A. Inside this class K, what I will do now? Inside this class K, I will declare void M1 method. Inside this M1 method, just I want to declare some variable and I is equal to 10. This is exactly which one? No, local variable. Okay, fine. This is exactly like which one? Local variable. Next one is this variable is having scope up to this particular one only. So it's not outed print of it. That's it. Then only variable access it. For example, if we take another method, void M2 method, now inside this void M2 method, and now here, system not outed println of I value. If you want to access it, no, then here we are able to get like which one? Some compilation error. Right, sir. Then here we are able to get like which one? Definitely here we are able to get like which one? Compilation error. Why, sir? Why we are getting this error? No, this variable is like which one? Local variable. This variable is nothing but which one? Local variable. You can observe this clearly. Right, sir. Good. Then this is like which one? This variable I variable is having scope up to this M1 method only. It is not available to like which one? Outside of class, outside of M1 method. Right, so this is one thing. Now observe this clearly. At a class level, I want to declare some variable. At a class level, I want to declare some variable. Observe this clearly. What about this variable? No. Okay, sir. Then it's fine. Conceptually, we can understand it. No problem. Now here, int j is equal to 20 here, I want to declare. This is class level variable. Class level non-static variable. Instance variable. Instance variable. It will be stored in object anyway, and this variable will have scope throughout the class. So now here, inside this M1 method here, we can access this one. System outed println of j variable here, we can access it. Similarly, inside this M2 method also, we can access it. Now here, we are able to provide like which one? System.out.println of, like what we have to provide, you know, just we can provide like which one? J variable. J variable will have scope throughout our class. Not only inside this M1 method, and in M1 method and M2 method, everywhere we are able to get like which one? J variable. That's the point I'm telling to you. Next one is at class level, if I declare any variable with static int k is equal to 30. If I declare no, That variable is also be having scope throughout, like which one? Class here. Why? Because it's also be a class level variable. Okay, we can access it now. System not out dot println of like what we have to provide there. K here we are able to provide. Here also we can K we are able to provide this. But what is the difference between instance variable and static variable? In the future we are going to understand, not now. In the future we are able to understand this content here, not now. Why? Because some differences are available. Right, sir. Getting clarity or not? What exactly the variables can be provided here? How to access local variables now? Right? And Subhadeep, just understand this one. I already accessed that one. Yeah, already accessed that one. Now just observe this clearly. How do you access local variable? Directly we can access that variable. Directly we can access that variable. Directly we can access this variable. They're not required to create any object. Huh? Right, sir. Now, how to access local variable? That question we should not get. Why? Because I said you clearly, inside this M1 method itself, we have to access the type variable. Leave it, guys. Now, this is just small overview of like which one, no, all these variables part here we understood clearly. Leave this one. Alright, sir. Now, after completion of this, the static variables and instance variables, this concepts we'll discuss under the static keyword. There I'm going to discuss about all these points. As of now, after completion of this methods content and after understand this like which one, object creation statement, now we need to come for which one, constructors. Yes, all of you listen carefully. All of you listen carefully. I'm going to give some points about these constructors. Understand it. After that, I will show each and every point practically. But first of all, understand this constructors content. What exactly the meaning of which one, constructors? Listen, sir. All of you listen carefully. Constructor is a Java feature. Constructor is a Java feature. It can be used to create objects or construct objects. It can be used to construct objects. All of you understand this clearly. Simple punch. Next one is after completion of this, constructor is a Java feature. It can be used to construct objects. That's it. Next one is after completion of this particular point. Let's just wait 1 minute of time. Right, sir. Constructor is a Java feature. It can be used to construct objects. Observe carefully. Next one is after completion of this, the people are asking the question: what is the meaning of construct objects? What, sir? What I have to respond for this question, guys? Now tell me. What is the meaning of construct objects? You don't know about this construct word? Hmm? Create. At least are you aware about create object? Is it to create object? At least do you know create object? Yes, sir. Yeah, you know the meaning of create object. We don't know construct, right? Construct. English word also you are not aware, right? Huh? Yeah, this kind of questions are coming. Fine, sir. New is a keyword, sir. It will be used. It will be constructor is also be used to create object. While creating object, we are able to use this one also. It's too much if you're asking this type of questions now. Right, leave it. First of all, understand what I'm telling to you. Right, sir. Right. New is the keyword to create object. Without using constructor, you want to create object by using only new keyword. There is such a now tell me. Without using constructor, only with the new keyword, you want to create object. Yeah, construct is to initialize the object. Now, is a part of the initialization of the object, is a part of the object creation or a different one. Huh? You want to create object without using constructors? Huh? So don't interrupt me in the middle of the class. Just try to understand what I'm telling you. Right. Listen carefully. Now, sir, now observe this clearly. So construct is a Java feature. It can be used to create an object. That means while creating an object, this is also one of the feature. Here we are able to utilize this clearly. This is one thing. Next one is after completion of this particular one, after completion of this, in Java applications, in a Java applications, in a Java applications, the main role or else might be instead of saying this Java applications in object creation process, the main role of constructor is to provide initial values inside the objects. In object creation process, the main role of the constructor is to provide initial values inside the objects. This is one thing. Next one, sir. After that, after completion of this, that another point is which one? In Java applications, in Java applications, constructors are constructors are executed executed exactly at the time of object creation, not before. Exactly at the time of object creation, not before creating objects and not after creating objects. All of you have this clearly what I'm telling you now. So in Java applications, constructors are executed exactly at the time of creating objects, not before creating objects and not after creating objects. Right, sir. This is one point. Next one is after completion of this. Another thing is like which one? In a Java applications, again, second point and third point I'm telling you the same thing, no? In a Java applications, constructors are utilized. Constructors are utilized to provide initializations to the objects. In Java applications, constructors are utilized to provide initializations to the objects. This is the point here we can understand it. In Java applications, constructors are utilized to provide initializations to the, instead of saying object, then what I am telling to you, initializations to the instance variables mainly. Instance variables are simply class level variables, whatever it may be. To initialize the variables, to initialize the class level variables or instance variables, we are able to use like which one? Constructors. This is one point. Right, someone. In Java, not only in Java, in general, in all the programming languages, what is the point I'm telling to you? In all the programming languages, constructor name, constructor name, and the respective class name must be same. In Java, constructor name and the respective class name must be same. In Java applications, constructor name and the respective class name must be same. Both must be same. Perfect. As to understand this clearly. Next one is constructors are not having constructors are not having return types. Return values are not possible and data type is also be not existed for constructors. Constructors are not having return types. Observe carefully. Constructors are not having return types. Next one is after that constructors are not having return types, and the next one is constructors are not allowing the access modifiers like which one? Static, final, abstract, and so on. Constructors are not allowing the access modifiers like which one? Static, final, abstract, and so on. These values can be provided now. Right, sir. Next one is after completion of this, constructors are not allowing the access modifiers like which one? Static, final, abstract, and so on. After completion of this, constructors are able to allow constructors are able to allow the access modifiers. Constructors are able to allow the access modifiers like which one? Public, protected, default, and private. Constructors are able to allow the access modifiers like public, protected, default, and private. Next one. After completion of this, another thing is which one? Constructors are able to allow constructors are able to allow that's it. Constructors are able to allow throws keywords. Constructors are able to allow throws keyword to bypass the generated exception from present constructor to caller of this constructor, caller of the present constructor, caller of the constructor, caller of the constructor. The caller may be anything, maybe method or maybe other constructor, whatever it may be. Right, so these are the points here we have to understand it clearly. These are the basic points here we can observe this clearly. What are the various points here I'm telling you? First one is like which one? Constructor is a Java feature. It can be used to create objects. In Java, in object creation process, the main role of the constructor is to provide initial values inside the objects. In Java applications, constructors are executed exactly at the time of object creation, not before creating objects and not after creating objects. Next one. In Java applications, constructors are utilized to provide initializations to the instance variables. In Java applications, constructor name and the respective class name must be same. Must not provide different name. Next one. After completion of this. We have to observe this clearly. Constructors are not having return types. Constructors are not allowing the access modifiers like which one? Static, final, abstract, and so on. Constructors are able to allow the access modifiers like which one? Public, protected, default, and private. Constructors are able to allow the access modifiers like which one? Public, protected, default, and private. Next one is constructors are used to allow constructors are able to allow throws keyword to bypass the generated exception from present constructor to caller of the constructor. Right, sir. Throws keyword is available. Throws keyword is available there inside these constructors also. And I think you already having awareness on which one throws keyword in the method syntax. Throws keyword is available in the method syntax. That throws keyword key we are able to the same meaning is available in the case of like which one constructor also now. What is the point I said to you about this throws keyword in the case of these methods now? It able to bypass the exception from present method to the caller method. Similarly, here also be throws keyword is available inside the constructor syntax. It able to bypass the exceptions from present constructor to caller of this constructor. Right. So now then after that, syntax here we have to provide. I want to provide the syntax now. Right. What is that syntax here we want to provide? Right, sir. What kind of exceptions occurred in constructors now? Do you have awareness on exceptions? There is such an exception handling. Do you have any awareness on exception handling? Little bit. Just wait up to this exception handling content. Now, there we are going to understand it. Don't interrupt in the middle. Don't interrupt in the middle. Let me complete this concept now. Just with a particular intention, I'm taking this content now. Then again and again posting. Just wait for the time now. All concepts we are not going to understand here immediately. Now. Just about this constructors, bit information I'm telling you. Right? Now, then what is the syntax of this constructors now? Access modifiers. Here we are able to provide access modifiers. Okay, fine. Access modifier. This access modifier part here I'm providing to you. Next one is after completion of this, here we have to provide like which one? Class name. After completion of this class name, next one is like which one here? Param list here we have to provide param list. Now here I'm going to provide like which one after this param list. We can answer like which one? Throws, optional throws, exception list. Throws exception list. Right, so inside this here we have to provide like which one? Some sections. Which intersections we want to execute while creating object, that intersections here we can. This is the content here. We can observe this clear. Access modifiers, class name, and param list throws exception list. Then what next one here we are getting there? No, right. All this like what we are getting there. Intersections list here we are able to get whatever the content here we are able to provide. Yes, sir. Access modifier is required. If you are not providing any access modifier, automatically we are able to get which one? Default access modifier here we are able to get it. Right. If you are not providing access modifier, here we are able to provide this access modifier. See, observe this clearly. I provided this one. Parameter list is mandatory or not. People are asking this question now. Think of it. Square braces I provided. What is the meaning of the square braces? What is the meaning of the square braces? Hmm? Observe this clearly. The meaning of square braces is which one? Optional. That we have to understand it clearly. Right, sir. Intersections part. Now here, that's okay, fine. Now, as for this awareness, just I want to prepare like which one and a little bit content here I want to discuss with you. Just simple example, how to use constructors. Just simple example I'm telling, I'm going to provide to you. Right, so now here I'm able to use like which one? Say for example, here itself I want to take one simple example. Observe this clearly. Say for example, class A. I want to take this class A. Inside this class A, I want to take a constructor, simple constructor. Just for the sake of your awareness purpose, I'm telling you. It's a simple constructor. I want to use this. That's it. Inside this simple constructor, I want to take like which one? System.out println of. I want to write like which one? A constructor. That means a con that I want to provide. Now a small a is equal to new a. A small a is equal to new a that I provided in a section. A small a is equal to new a. Alright, sir. Now inside this statement, inside this object creation statement, along with the new keyword, we are calling constructor. Along with the new keyword, we are calling which one? Constructor. This total right side part in a section. Not only new keyword. New keyword is having functionality, but that functionality required which one? Constructor internally. This total right side part is used to create object at our memory. But how object is going to be created, that functionality is available with the new keyword. As part of that new keyword functionality, constructor is also be accessed. Then to provide initial values. That's the point I'm telling you. That's why I said to you, constructor can be used to construct the objects and create the object, of course, along with the new keyword. I'm not saying that without new keyword. I'm saying along with new keyword, and a construct is also be used to provide this object. Right, sir. Next one is after completion of this particular point here. What next one here we are able to understand. Now, just I want to run this program. If I run this program, here we are able to get like which one? Output. What is that output here we are able to get now? Acon is an output here we are able to provide. Right, sir. Acon output here we are able to provide. That's okay, good. Leave this punch. Alright, sir. Now, I want to check a few more points now. Try to recognize these few more points. What are the points here I'm telling to you? Right, sir. What exactly the point here we are able to understand now? Try to recognize this one. Say for a moment I want to take like which one? Edit plus. For our better understanding purpose, I want to go for edit plus. Now let's observe this clearly. One or two experiments I want to do. That's why here I want to take like which one? Edit plus. Right, sir. Leave this one. Again, I will come back to this Eclipse now. Just I want to ask some questions to you. Meanwhile, I want to check your answers also. That's why I'm going to take this edit plus. First of all, I want to take like which one? Class A. Got you. Class A here I have taken. Inside this class A, here we have taken constructor. Now, system.out.println of A con class test. Public static void means string array args. A small a is equal to new A semicolon. Tester.java. Java 6. Here we have to provide like which one? Tester.java. Now let me compile this one. Right, so now d colon cd Java 6 Java C space tester.java. Right, compiled successfully. Java space test. Same output here we are getting anyway. That's okay. Now point number one. What is the point here I'm telling to you? Simple points I want to show now. First of all, a Java constructor name and the respective class name must be same. Constructor name and the respective class name must be same. Right, sir. Constructor name and the respective class name must be same. I want to check it. Name of the constructor and the class both are same. In the case, for example, if I change the name of the constructor, then what will happen? That's my question. If I change the name of the constructor, then what will happen? Come on, guys. You only now tell me what we are able to get. If I change the name of the constructor, what we are able to get? Just analyze this. Analyze this point here. If we change the name of the constructor, what we are able to get? No, I'm going to compile this. Definitely, we are able to get compilation error. Java C space tester.java. Right, sir. Here we are getting some error. What is the error here we are getting here? That error will be invalid method declaration return type required. Invalid method declaration return type required. This is the error here we are getting. Invalid method declaration return type required. I'm talking about constructors, but compiler is giving error message related to this methods. No, what happened internally? Why it is providing error message related to this method, and why it is like which one can know? Right, so now if you observe these points clearly, what I'm telling to you, that internal point is which one? When we change the name of the method, when we change the name of the method, when we change the name of the constructor, then immediately compiler will treat the provided constructor. Compiler will treat the provided constructor. Compiler will treat the provided constructor is not the constructor, is a Java method. Compiler will treat the provided thing as a Java method, not a constructor. Whenever it is thinking it is a Java method, then immediately it will search for return type. In the case of Java methods, return type is mandatory. In the case of Java methods, return type is mandatory. Then immediately JVM compiler will search for return type for the method. But in this case, return type is not available. In this case, return type is not available. So because of this reason, in this case, return type is not available. Because of this particular reason, because of this particular reason, because of this particular reason, we are able to, like which one? Compiler is thinking this is a method and return type is required, but return type is not available. That's why compiler is able to provide which one? Compilation error. Compiler is able to provide some error here. We can understand it clearly. This is what exactly the point here I'm telling to you. Observe this clearly. So, what is the point I'm telling to you again? Now try to observe this clearly. If I change the name of the constructor other than this class name, compiler will think it is a normal Java method. Now it is not a constructor. If it is normal Java method, it must require return type. It must require return type. But return type is not possible, not provided there. That's why compiler is able to give an error. That error message would be like which one can know? Invalid method declaration colon return type required. This is the point here we have to understand. So leave this content here. That's it. This is one patch. Next one is then after that, what is that next one here we specified now? Constructors are not having return types. Constructors are not having return types. For example, if I provide return type to the constructor, then what will happen? Constructors are not having return types. That is my point now. Constructors are not having return types. But my question is which one? If I provide return type to the constructor, then what will happen? That's my question. Say for example, I don't want to return even any value, just I want to specify like which one void. I don't want to return any value, even just I want to specify like which one void. Void is a return type. Void constructor here that I want to provide now. Then what will happen? What is the scenario is going on there? Now let me compile this one. Let me compile this one. Java C space tester.java. Java C space tester.java. All of you observe this clearly. Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Here we are not getting any compilation error. Right, sir. Next one is which one? Then after that, Java space 1 minute. Sir. Java space tester. If I execute this one, what we are getting there? No output. But compilation is success, but no output is generated here. Compilation is success, but output is not available. So what is the meaning of it internally? Right, sir. Now all of you observe this clearly. What it is going on internally? When we provide return type to the constructor, then immediately compiler will treat this is a normal Java method. Of course, normal Java methods are having same name of the respective class name. Normal Java methods are having same name of the respective class name. So now this total thing, this total provided construct is not a constructor. Now it is which one? Java method. So compiler will treat it as a normal Java method. So Java methods and class names may be same, may not be same. But here in the case of this one, same we are getting. So this total syntax is satisfying which one? Method syntax now. So if we call this as like a method, if we call this as like a method, then here we are able to get like which one? We are able to access it, and here we are able to display the respective output. Icon is an output here we provided, and if we can change this one, just we can specify something else like which one? A something else here if you specify there, automatically that will be executed. That output here we are able to get. Definitely now we are able to get output. Previous case we are not getting any output. Now we compared successfully. Now we are getting output like which one? A is an output here we are getting. Come on guys, all of you observe this clearly what I am telling you. So if you provide return type to the constructor, now this total constructor syntax is satisfying method syntax. This total constructor syntax is satisfying like which one? Method syntax. So in this scenario, compiler will treat it as a method, not a constructor. Then if we call this as like a method, then it will be executed not like as which one? No, constructor. This is a point I'm doing. Let's just wait a minute of time. Right, sir. So this is the meaning of like which one can know. Right, sir. So this is like which one get the total content of like which one no method. That means it is acting as like which one normal Java method. It is not like which one can know other content. Right, sir. All of you observe this clearly what I am telling you. Next one is after completion of this particular content here. Next point. What is this next point now? Constructors are not allowing the access modifiers like which one? Static, final, abstract, and so on. Constructors are not allowing the access modifiers like which one? Static, final, abstract, and so on. For example, now this is a constructor, sir. This is a normal constructor here we provided. Now let me compile and execute this. We are able to get output anyway. That's okay. Java C space tester.java. 1 minute wait. 1 minute wait. This is now. This is now. Problem here. Alright, now just I want to write like which one? A con Java C space tester.java, Java space test. Here we are getting output like which one? Acon. Right, so now, then after that, what is the point here I'm telling to you? I said to you already, if you provide return type to the constructor, automatically compiler will treat it as which one? Normal Java method. Not as a default constructor. I have not discussed anything about default constructor. Why are you thinking about it now? Default constructors I have discussed with you. Wait for a minute now. Just I said to you already, if you provide any return type to the constructor, automatically the constructor is treated as which one? Java method. I said to you, where you are listening now? Right. Next one. After that, and after completion of this, what next one here we can observe this clearly. How to identify constructor? What these questions are? Syntax is available as per the prescribed syntax. As per the syntax is no only that constructors are going to be identified. Syntax is available. Separate syntax is available for constructors. Then if you're following that, automatically compile and JV will treat will recognize the constructors as the normal constructors. As a Nilesh Chatterjee, understood this? What I'm telling you now. Constructor, as per the syntax here, if you provide this, automatically compile and JV will treat that thing as which one? Constructor. Right. Right, so now come for this next point. Static final abstract. This kind of things are not allowed to the constructor. For example, if you provide static keyword, if you provide a static keyword along with the constructor, static keyword if you provide along with this constructor, then what it is going to be happen? Observe this clearly. Java C space tester.java. What we are getting, sir? Error we are getting there. So static modifier static not allowed here. Modifier static not allowed here. This is a question here we are getting. Say for example, for this constructor, if you provide like which one? Final. Let me check all these things. No final. If you provide this final, static final, I provide it now. Now, what we are able to get, sir? Java C space tester.java. Here we are able to get compilation error. So final is also not available. Let me check all these things now. Right. So now next one is like which one? Abstract now. Is it possible to specify abstract here? No. Abstract methods are available in Java. Abstract classes are available. But do we have any abstract constructors in Java? No. Error we are able to get. Even some people might be thought about it. Sir, just remove this body part and put semicolon. Now allowed or not? Multiple people are asking to me. It's meaningless. It's meaningless. It's meaningless. We are unable to get it. Right. We have to understand it clearly. Abstract is not allowed. Now tell me native keyword. Native methods are possible in the case of Java, but not like which one? Native constructors. Native constructors are not available in the case of Java. That we have to understand it clearly. Right. All of you observe this clearly. Native methods are available, but not native constructors. All of you understand this. So now, okay, if I compile this one, here we are able to get some compilation error. Modifier native not allowed here. This is one thing. Next one is after completion of this, another thing is like which one? After this native, just I want to go for like which one? Volatile. Volatile is applicable for variables in the case of Java, not for like which one? Constructor. So here also we are able to get some compilation error. You can observe this clearly. Error here we are getting there. That's okay, fine. Next one is then after that, after completion of this volatile, another content is like which one here? Volatile is okay, fine. Next one is transient constructors, transient variables are available in Java. In iOS since we are able to get it. Transient constructors are not available. That you simply all these things are not possible. Here we are getting an error. Right, so now not required to check all of them now. So simply conclusion is which one? The second set of access modifiers are not allowed along with our content. So that's why here we are able to understand the point is like which one? Constructors are not allowing the access modifiers like which one? Static, final, abstract, and so on. Static, final, abstract, and so on. This kind of things here we are able to get now. Next one is after completion of this, constructors are able to allow the access modifiers like which one? So public, protected, default, and private. So these many access modifiers are allowed. inside our constructors. Now let's observe this clearly. So this is my constructor. I can declare as a public, no problem. If we declare it as a public, we can access it in now number of locations. Now just we can observe this clearly. Java C space test.java. No compilation error. That's the point here. We have to understand it. So next one is like which one protected also here we can provide there. Protected also here we can provide no. Inside this protected, what we are able to get there. Java C space test.java. Error here. No error here we are getting. That's okay, good. I have not provided anything guys. Nothing I provided there. Now tell me what we are able to get. Nothing I provided, sir. Now tell me what we are able to get. What we are able to get. If we are not providing anything, then what we are able to get? What is it? What is the scope now? What is the scope here we are able to get now? Which is scope here we are able to get? Default scope here we are able to get. Whenever we are providing default scope is also allowed here. All of you listen carefully. So no compilation error even in this case also. Next one is then after that, after completion of this, for example, if I provide private, now tell me guess what is going to be happened. If it is a private, now tell me if the constructor is declared with a private, that private constructor is having scope up to how much no? Up to the present class or not? That private constructor is having scope up to the class or not? Up to the present class. So private constructors are not possible in outside of the present class. Private constructors are not possible in outside of the present class. Please recognize this point here. Private constructors are possible up to the present class. But what we are doing, just we declare this constructor as private now, but we are trying to access that align with our inside our class test or not. That means we are trying to access this constructor inside the class A or not. Please recognize this point what I am telling you now. So here we access it like which one you know constructor now, but where we are accessing you know in outside of the class A we access it, but the scope of the constructor is available up to the class A. As we declare this constructor is private, no, its scope is available up to class A, but we are trying to access this constructor in outside of the class A. Please understand this point. So because of that reason, definitely here we are able to get which one compilation error here we are able to get. Here we are able to get like which one compilation error. Try to observe this clearly. Java C space tester.java. Here we are able to get it. Java C space test.java. Here we are getting an error clearly. What is the error here we are getting there? Constructor A has a private access in A. Constructor A has a private access in A. That error here we are getting. Constructor has private access in A. Everybody has to understand this points clearly. Right, sir. This is one point. Here we can observe this clearly. Next one is then after that, what is that another point here we are discussing now? Constructors are able to allow throws keyword to bypass the generated exception from present constructor to the caller of the constructor. See, observe this anyway. It is not right time to discuss about this throws keyword, but anyway, that point are given. That's why I'm telling to you. So now just let us remove this private here. Insert this private. What I'm telling to you. Say for example, in the constructor here, I want to provide like which one throws some exception here. I want to write. Throws some exception I want to write. Up to this clear enough. Really exception is not available. For example, I'm not having any exception, but time being I want to say throws exception, just I want to say no. So then what is the meaning of it now? Whenever we are writing this throws exception, definitely if this method is throwing some exception there, caller method is which one? Main method is calling this constructor. Why? Because as part of this along with the new keyword, here we are calling this constructor. As per this constructor call, flow of execution is coming from this one to this one here. So this is caller method. Main method is a caller method, and here construct is available. If you provide throws exception here, automatically the caller method must handle this exception. This throws exception is coming to this location, so caller method must handle this exception. To handle this, if caller method is not handling this exception, definitely here we are able to get an error message. What is that error message now? Your constructor is throwing this exception now, but the method which is calling this constructor is not handling that. So you must handle this one. We must handle this particular point here. Right, so now here we are going to get some compilation error. Unreported exception must be caught or declared to be thrown. So for example, here itself, if we handle that one by using throw something else exception or maybe try catch finally, whatever it may be, then here we are able to like which one? We are not going to get any compilation error here now. So definitely we have to handle that. If you use that throws keyword to bypass that exception to caller, no, there we have to handle that exception. This is mandatory. Here we have to understand this one. This is mandatory to understand this particular point. Guys, observe this clearly, what I'm telling you now. So next one is like which one? Then after that, after completion of this, what is the point here I'm telling to you? Alright, and all of you observe this clearly. What I'm telling to you, right, sir? So one thing I'm telling to you now. See, what is the point here I'm telling to you? Observe this clearly. The content is like which one? Say for example, people are saying like which one? Constructor. Which constructor people are saying there? Listen carefully. People are asking one question to me. Private constructor here we are saying that private constructors in the sense in outside of the class A we are unable to access it, but inside the class A we can use that. Inside the class A here we can use that. Inside the class A here we can use that. We are unable to use which one outside of the class. That's the point here I'm telling you. Outside of class A we are unable to use that, but inside the class A here we are able to use this constructor. That's okay, coach. This is the content here we can identify. This is what I'm telling you. Right, sir. These are the basic points here we can understand about these constructors. Few points. What exactly the points here I covered now? So these points here I covered. Constructors, names, and respective class name must be same. Constructors are not having written types. Constructors are not allowing the access modifiers like which one? Static, final, abstract, and so on. Constructors are able to allow the access modifiers like public, protected, default, and private. Private is also be allowed, but we are unable to access it in outside. Next one is then after that, constructors are able to allow throws keyword to bypass the generated exception from present constructor to caller of the respective constructor. Caller of the constructor may be caller of the or a caller of the present constructor. The caller may be anything. Right, sir. This is the point here, what we are able to understand. Next one is then after that, after completion of this, types of constructors. What are the various types are available? Types of constructors here we have to understand. Right, sir. Types of constructors. Everybody has to understand this. What exactly the types of constructors? Constructors are available in two types. Constructors are available in two types. Everybody has to understand this. Constructors are available in two types. What are the two types of constructors? What are the two types of constructors? All of you observe this clearly. Right, sir. What are the two types of constructors? First one is like which one? Called constructors. Wait, guys, wait. I will show all these points now. Why you hurry for it? And let me go for these examples and all these things now. Please show any sample example for constructors, sample in notepad document. Wait. We have very good concepts now. Let me complete it. Why you hurry for this technology? If you are saying that without completing, then why we are asking these questions now? Right, I'm sure about it. Without completing your concepts, each and every point, I will not finish this course. Understand it? Definitely, I will show each and every point. Right, let me complete this. Without knowing all the types of constructors, how I'm going to take examples now? I will show these points. Don't worry for that. Right. Constructors are available in two types. No, one is like which one default constructors. Another one is like which one parameterized constructors. Right. So parameterized constructors. Right. So now default constructor is having only one type. Default constructor is having only one type. That is like which one again? Zero argument constructor. Default constructor is only one type. That is which one? Zero argument constructor. Multiple types are not available. Next one is two types of parameters will construct is a sorry, this is wrong analysis. This is wrong analysis. Wait. It's not like parameters will construct. Sorry. Yeah. This another category is like which one? User defined constructors. User-defined constructors. Copy constructors are not available in Java. No, Java does not have copy constructors concept. The terminology is not available, but equal functionality is available. Can you tell me, Anisa ma'am, what is this copy constructor? Can you confirm to me? Then I will give clarity on it. What is copy constructor? Right. Now, give complete definition. Then I'm not getting it. What you are saying. Right. So now, user-defined constructors. Under this, again, get two types are available. Zero argument constructor. This is one type. Zero argument constructor. And other one is like which one? Parameterized constructor. Zero argument constructor. Another one is like which one? Parameterized constructor. So these are the overall constructors types. Two types of constructors are available. What are the two types of constructors now? Default constructors and user-defined constructors. User-defined constructor is having only one type, that is which one? Zero argument constructor. But user-defined constructors, that means default constructor is having only one type, that is which one? Zero argument constructor. But user-defined constructors are having two types now. One is like which one? Zero argument constructor. Another one is like which one? Parameterized constructors. Right, sir. These are the two types of like which one now constructors are existed. This is overall structure for which one of constructors. That's it. Wait a minute, friend. Constructors. I want to know what is default constructor. What exactly the meaning of default constructor? That's it. So what is default constructor? What the meaning of this default constructor? Listen, all of you listen carefully. One definition here I'm telling you, one statement I'm providing to you. Observe carefully the statement. Right, sir. Default constructor is a constructor. Default constructor is a constructor. Default constructor is a zero argument constructor. It will be provided by the compiler. It will be provided by the compiler. It will be provided by the compiler. When we have not provided any constructor, when we have not provided any constructor explicitly, when we have not provided any constructor explicitly, right? So if we provide any constructor explicitly in a class, if we provide any constructor explicitly in a class, then compiler will not provide default constructor. Guys, after this clearly, I given this point to you. When a compiler is able to provide default constructor, this is a point here. When a compiler is able to provide default constructor, default constructor is a zero argument constructor. It will be provided by compiler when we have not provided any constructor explicitly. If we provide any constructor explicitly in a class, if we provide any constructor explicitly in a class, then compiler will not provide default constructor. So default constructor will be provided by compiler when we have not provided any constructor in our class. Please observe this point what I am telling you now. For example, if we provide any constructor explicitly in our class now, if we provide any constructor explicitly in our class now, automatically then compiler will not provide any default constructor. This is the point here we have to observe this default constructors point here. Everybody has to understand this point now about this default constructor. Next one is, I want to show this point in practically. Now all of you observe this point now. Listen carefully. For example, Here I'm going to take some members. Class test I want to take. No, inside this class test I want to declare like which one. Say for example, into I is equal to 10, I'm going to take and I is equal to 10. Say for example, I'll provide like which one. Void m1 method here I provided. Open and closed. And main method here I've taken. Main method here I've taken. Like this. All this content here we are able to provide. Now here I want to provide like which one. Test class constructor I provided. Now inside this, into I parameters constructor here I provided. Into val1, for example, val. Like this can be provided. Guys, I'm asking one question to all of you. Now tell me, inside our class test overall, how many members are existed, sir? Now tell me, no. In our class test, how many members are available? What are the various members are available? Now tell me. Inside our class test, how many members are existed? Now can you confirm to me? How many members are available inside this class test? Now overall, variable, one variable, second one method, third one is constructor, and fourth one is like which one? Again method, main method. Again main method. Here we are having now. Now tell me how many members are existed here overall? One, two, three, four. Four members are available. Okay, now just I want to take this constructor just above this one. Yeah, art is also good. No problem. Art is not mandatory. So overall four members are available. Now what I am trying to say to you, I want to display members of a particular class and command prompt. To display members of a particular class and command prompt, to display members of a particular class and command prompt, we are going to use Java P command. To display members of a particular class and command prompt, we are going to use which one? Java P command. That command name is which one? Java P command. All of you observe this clearly. Java P space tester. Java P space tester. All of you guys observe this clearly. Just I compiled my program. Java C space tester.java. Just I compiled my program. I have not executed that. Just I compiled my program. Java P space tester. If you provide this one, all test class members here we are able to get. All test class members here we are able to get. What are the test class members now? Class tester. Now inside this I variable test class constructor, parameters of constructor, user defined constructor, void m1 method, and public static void main, and throws java.lang.exception something else here we are able to get. That we are getting exactly. Okay, fine. Now if I use Java 6 version, for example, I'm able to show one more point, but practically I'm able to get another point here. We can observe this clearly. Java 6 version, for example, if I provide this one, right, sir. Java C tester.java. I can show one point here. Observe this clearly. Next one is like which one? Cannot access here. Yes, no problem. I don't require this class here also. Java C space tester.java. Right, compile this one. Java P space test. If you provide this one, what is that point here I want to show now? Nothing else. In the case of the Java 8 version, I compiled this one. Only class test we are getting. Extends keyword we are not getting there. But in Java 6 version, we are able to get which one? Class test extends. What is this one? Java.lang.object. What is the meaning of this Java.lang.object now? Right, sir. What is the meaning of this Java.lang.object here? What is the meaning of it now? All of you observe this case. What I'm telling you know. So what is the meaning of this one? Then we know already one point here. In the case of Java, every class must be a subclass to which one? Java.lang.object. Every class is like which one? Java.lang.object. This is a point here I'm telling you. Every class is like which one is a subclass to Java.lang.object. That point here I want to show that. So class test extends like which one? Java.lang.object. Okay, leave this one. So this is also be not my point here. Now finally here what I want to specify now. Now here I will go for like which one? As it is, I want to go for like which one? Java 6, Java 7, Java 8 that I want to use in my system. No problem. Right, sir. That's okay. Good. Now, all of you observe this clearly. If I use this inside our class test 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 members are available. And if I compile this Java C space test.java, and if I provide like which one, Java P space tester, just we are able to get like which one, 4 members here we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 members here we are getting. That's okay, good. Now, what next one here? I did not provide anything, sir. I have not provided anything. I have not provided anything. Observe carefully what we provide now. I have not provided anything inside this class test. Please observe this clearly. Nothing I provide inside this class test. Now, I am going to compile and I want to display the content of this test class on command prompt. Java C space tester.java. Compiled. Just I compiled. I'm not executing this. Just I compiled Java P space test. Java P space test. Now observe this clearly. Compiled from tester.java class tester. Now tell me here what we are getting. Now tell me guys. What we are getting there? Here we are getting a constructor or not? Here we are getting a constructor or not? All of you observe this clearly. Here we are getting a constructor or not? What is this constructor, sir? No. But think about it. Have I provided any constructor in my class test? Have I provided any constructor in my class test? No, I have not provided any constructor in our class test. But here we are getting on a command prompt when we open this Java P command space test. Here we are getting constructor or not? Yes, definitely here we are getting like which one? Constructor. So this constructor is exactly called as like which one? No, default constructor. This constructor is called as like which one? Default constructor. So who has provided this constructor, sir? Now tell me now. Which constructor? Which one? Which one has provided this default constructor? Is that JVM or compiler? Most of the people are thinking about JVM. Still people are saying that. What I said you clearly know. Huh? Have I used any Java keyword here to execute our program? Have I used any Java keyword to execute our program? Nothing, no. Just even JVM is not into the picture, no. Just I provided only like which one? Java C I provided. That means compiler has provided our content. That's it. So this is the meaning of like which one, default constructor, what we provided later. Okay guys, that's fine for today. And tomorrow I'll continue the same constructors part, and tomorrow we are going to see like which one parameterizer constructors. Then after that we are going to see some applications on these constructors, parameterizer constructor, then zero argument constructor onwards I will show some programming part. Then I'm able to show some points about these constructors clearly. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Right. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot. I'll meet on tomorrow. Thank you.